What's going on, guys, and welcome back to another episode of my new career mode. This is episode number 13, and we start today's episode off by looking at the successful negotiations page. You can see all the players that joined and left the club over these past two transfer windows, and of course a reminder, it also shows you the players that left and joined before we started managing Torino. But you can see all the business we've done, and the AI did as well in that first summer transfer window. Here's a look at the useful monthly report. You can see how Victor Fazio is currently getting on in our academy, the Scout Future Star. Looks pretty good. Again, a reminder, I'm hoping it will turn 16 before May. Otherwise, he'll go through that update and there's nothing I can do about it because you can't promote youth players until they hit 16. And also, here is a look at the squad report as well, so you can see how the players are currently doing and whether they're improving or decreasing in their attributes. And you'd also see a look at the league table as well. And to be honest, reflecting on the transfer window, it's just gone past now. In the last episode, we had the transfer deadline day. It was an interesting window. It was a really interesting window because I came into the January transfer window thinking, got a couple million to spend, but I think I'd rather just save the money and not do anything and just keep the squad together. And then we sold Bruno Perez, who's been a really underrated player at this Torino side, a big reason as to why we've been doing so well this season. Selling out right back to West Ham, then buying Danilo as a replacement, not to mention recalling Larondo from loan and sending Amari and Vives to Atalanta to surely finish their careers there, and bringing in Lazaro as well, and then of course signing some pre-contract players. I was thinking maybe we'd sign some pre-contract players, but other than that, there wasn't really any definite plans for the January transfer window. Now, this is the first career mode of mine you've watched, and you probably wouldn't think that's surprising, but for me, I usually sort of plan out how I'm going to do the January transfer window in September. Like I already have a plan for what I want to do. This time I thought I was going to do nothing, and then I sold one of the most underrated players on the side and decided to bring in a replacement for him. And he would make his debut for us, Danilo that is. He would make his debut in this game against Sampdoria as they travelled away from home to take us on. So it was quite a surprising transfer window for me. But to be honest, I'm pretty pleased with what we did. I did briefly mention it at the end of the last episode. I am pretty pleased with what we did. I think we did the right business selling Perez and bringing in Danilo. Obviously, we'll have to wait and see what happens there, but I think it's the right move. And there you go. Still, we take on Sampdoria for the first game of today's episode, the first of two games in today's episode. And Sampdoria would open the scoring in the 12th minute, or so they thought. They scored a goal which seemed perfectly legitimate at first viewing, but as you'll see, it wasn't actually the player who scored the goal that was ruled out for offside. It was actually Samuel Eto'o who won the ball and then played it inside, so that was why the goal was disallowed there. At first I was thinking, what's that being chalked off for? But the linesman did make the right decision and it was still 0-0, and correctly so. But to be honest, not much really happened in the game. 65 minutes in, it was still Torino 0, Sampdoria 0. I wasn't defending very well, as you can see here, but Sampdoria weren't taking the chances. This shot by Edel was well saved by Padelli and turned behind for a corner, so it was still 0-0, and with 8 minutes to go we were still goalless in this game, and it looked like we were set for a 0-0 draw come the end of 90 minutes. But one of the final chances fell here as Danilo, making his debut, rolls it through towards Benassi. Lovely ball inside, and with El Cadoria tried to chip Viviano, thought he was coming off his line, but sadly he didn't, and he turns it behind for a corner, so still 0-0. And one of the final chances would also fall here in the 88th minute again, another one coming to us. Vaselli rolls it through towards El Cadoria off the bench. He finds Martinez also off the bench. The Venezuelan crosses the ball in, picks up Poloski, and Poloski hits the bar, and Sampdoria scrambled the ball away. So Poloski almost winning us the game there late on, but it was still 0-0. And the final chance fell here as Florenzi whips in a cross, picks out Poloski, but Poloski would actually win us the game in stoppage time, make it Torino 1, Sampdoria 0 with this header, and ensure we would notch up another victory here at home. So Poloski with the goal. He hit the bar just a few minutes ago. I thought that was going to be our final chance, but he heads in here to make it Torino 1, Sampdoria 0, and make sure he would get the win. So the first header was well saved by Viviano, but he does get to the rebound, diving header, puts the ball into the back of the net and makes it Torino 1, Sampdoria 0. So his 16th goal in the Serie A. Wicked ball by Florenzi as well, getting the assist there, and we do manage to grab ourselves another win. So really pleased about that, and to be honest, I think we did just about deserve it. Although the majority of our chances did come late on in the game, I still felt as though we played well and probably did deserve the 3 points, you can see here by the match stats. But even so, Florenzi was my man of the match. He got the assist for the goal we scored late on, and I'm really pleased about that as well. So right now our home form is the big reason as to why we're top of the table. It's just been absolutely extraordinary. That was our, I do believe, 11th win out of 12 games at home, and we drew the other one against Milan. I think that's right. I might be a little bit wrong. I think that's right though, and that's just incredible. Like, it's absolutely incredible. The Stadio Olimpico de Torino has just been absolutely, it's just been a fortress. It's been an absolute fortress for us. Every single time we go into a home game, doesn't matter who our opponents are, I always feel like we're going to get the win. And this is a crucial reason as to why we're top of the table right now. Yes, we've been good away from home as well, but our home form has been the big contributing factor. And the longer it continues, this undefeated streak at home, it will be a massive reason as to why I do believe we can qualify for the Champions League come the end of the season. I'm still not sure whether we can actually go ahead and win this title. I am really desperate for it because it'll be the first time I've ever done that. Won the title in the first season of top flight football with a club. But even so, we'll have to wait and see. But right now it's been incredible, and that was another win, notched up there against Sampdoria. So we take on Hellas Verona for the second and final game of today's episode here as we travel away from home to Verona. And the first chance would fall from kickoff, and the first goal would be scored from kickoff as well. And guess who got the goal? It was Danilo, getting his second start in a Torino shirt after joining on deadline day. He grabs the goal here, his first in a Torino jersey, and it was a really nice strike as well, as he cut inside from the right-hand side, shoots on his 4-star weaker left foot, and puts the ball past the goalkeeper in a flash, and gets his first goal for his new club. So a really nice strike there, and yes, we're going to miss Bruno Perez. I thought he was a really underrated player in this Torino first 11, but Danilo's come in, he's 2 ratings higher, he's a year younger, I'm pretty sure he's got more potential, and he's also got his first goal for his new club. So delighted about that, really nice goal as well. Just kept hold of the ball right from kickoff, and Danilo's strike does give us the opening goal of the game. In the 21st minute, we had a great chance to make it 2-0, and we would as well. Alberto Poloski had a great chance to notch up his 17th goal of the season, but instead turned provider for Gabbiadini and makes it Hellas Verona 0, Torino 2. So 2 goals up in this game. That's now the 4th assist for Poloski this season to add to 16 league goals. And that was a really, really nice pass to Gabbiadini there as well. He could have shot on the right foot. He's got the ability to find the back of the net. We know that. But as I mentioned before, with this team, it's all about teamwork, all about team play. And instead of going for goals selfishly, from a bit of a tight angle, he thought, I know Gabbiadini's behind me, I'm going to hold the ball up, give it to him, and I'm sure he'll make it 2-0, and he did. So Hellas Verona 0, Torino 2. Hellas Verona had a good chance there to get themselves back in the game, but Padelli made a pretty simple save. But as we gave the ball away, they had another good chance here as Gomez plays the ball inside towards Saviola, and Padelli makes the save, and Maximovic clears. So still Hellas Verona 0, Torino 2 as the home side look to try and get themselves back in this game. On the stroke of half-time, another good chance for them here, but this shot by Saviola does go wide of the post and behind for a goal kick. So still 2-0 to the away side going into the second half. 9 minutes after the restart, another good chance here. A free header for Gomez ends up hitting the post, and Padelli almost turns it in to his own goal there as it hit him on the back of the header, I think it was. It almost crossed the line, but Maximovic got there to head it off the line, and it was still 2-0 to Torino. So good defending there, and it is still 2-0 to the away side. But Hellas Verona were putting us under immense pressure. This shot goes just over the bar from the strike from just outside the area, and it was still 2-0. But we weathered the storm really, and it paid dividends, because 5 minutes later in the 59th minute, we did get ourselves the third goal of the game, and Manola Gabbiadini gets his second goal of the game as he makes it Hellas Verona 0, Torino 3. So 3 goals up to Torino, Gabbiadini's second goal of the game, and it wasn't a case of it was completely undeserved or anything, but Hellas Verona, to know they hadn't scored a single goal inside the opening hour's worth of play was a surprise, because they had so many shots, so many attempts. Padelli was playing pretty well, we were defending valiantly, and as Gabbiadini makes it 3-0 there, that's the dagger. There's no way back for Hellas Verona now. That's going to kill their confidence completely. We're 3 goals up, and after that, as you can see here in the 64th minute, we had a great chance to make it 4-0. Gabbiadini goes on a nice little run, plays a great through ball to Quagliarella. Ball rolls around his defender, shoots the ball into the top corner, and makes it 4-0 as well. And Gabbiadini in this game was just on fire, like he really was. That was a brilliant assist there. What a lovely weighted through ball into the path of Quagliarella. Nice little ball roll, and a great finish as well from our experienced striker. So Hellas Verona 0, Torino 4. We are on course for another victory here. This one going to be a really convincing win away from home. And we just look so threatening every single time we came forward. And yes, Hellas Verona definitely deserved at least a goal for their troubles, and they had a great chance here to grab themselves a consolation goal as they worked the ball inside here with Martic down the right hand side, back heeling towards Jankovic, eventually takes it around Nicola Muri, crosses the ball in, and Luca Toni's strike as well, saved by Padelli. The game did finish 4-0 to Torino though, and I feel as though we did deserve it. We were absolutely fantastic when going forward, and we defended valiantly. Padelli played really well. Yes, Hellas Verona were unlucky, especially not to score a single goal in the game. As you can see by the stats there, they definitely deserved deserved one, but we were just as clinical as it comes. 5 shots, 5 on target, and 4 goals as well. Dominated possession as well, and Gabbiadini, my man of the match. What a performance for him. 2 goals and a beautiful assist for Quagliarella's goal as well in what was a really, really solid victory. That does end the episode though, guys, so as always, a big thank you for watching the video. I really hope you have enjoyed it. If you have enjoyed today's episode of my new career mode, then please do leave a like, it's much appreciated, and it really does help my channel out. Hopefully you've enjoyed the quadruple upload this weekend. If you have, then please leave a like to show your support, and I'll see you for the next episode of my new career mode tomorrow afternoon.